Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch The Wire Season 2, Episode 6. This morning I watched Episode 5. If you want to see my reaction video about it, I'm gonna put the link into the eye. I'm gonna put the link also for the playlist that I made for The Wire if you want to binge watch all of my reaction videos about this show, you know, for the entire season 1, for the beginning of this season 2, if you want to see all of that into the chronological order. I made a playlist and you can find that just like that. I'm making playlists, you know, for each shows, each animes, each things I'm reacting to. So you guys, if you're interested to spend more time with me with other shows and other stuff, go check my channel and the playlist that I created for each one of them. In fact, maybe we are already watching stuff together, or maybe I watch stuff that you want to discover and stuff like that, so don't hesitate to check that. Okay, about The Wire and about the last episode, it confirmed me again and again that I love so much the actor who is playing Frank. Like, for me, this actor is amazing. How intense he can be in some scenes, and how he can play some moments, you know, without being too much, without not being enough, just to be so perfect, you know, with the feeling and with the intensity. And even in regular scenes, he can make me feel so many stuff which are not really intense, you know, it's not about being angry, being mad, stuff like that. But still, you know, he's putting a lot of things into his scenes, and truly, the last episode convinced me even more that I truly appreciate this actor into that role, at least. I said it, I have the impression that I saw him a lot in a lot of roles, you know, into shows and movies, but each time it was minor characters. So now I'm interested to check more all of the movies and shows that he made, and to find one in which he had the main character, you know, he was playing the main character, and I hope that it's the case, you know, that he had one movie or one show like that, because with this role I can see that he can do it, you know, he deserves it also. For some actors and actresses, it's a little like that when you are seeing them interpreting minor characters so well. You want to give them a role, you know, you want to see them interpreting really a role, a main character, and I hope that it's the case for this one. Okay, that was not a thought about the story, it was more about the casting, but still, I think that, and I wanted to repeat it during this intro. During the last episode, we had also our guys working, you know, on that case. I'm beginning to understand that all of these cases are in fact related, and that maybe not everything is about drugs, that something is going on. The fact that for now, Daniel's team, they are working only on drug cases, they are following these white boys, you know, doing that. Like, I can understand why you would want to do that, because they told you that it's all about drugs and that you have to follow that path. But clearly it's not connected to Frank, and you're gonna understand that really quick. And the fact that you're beginning to connect stuff, these girls, they died, you know, on the docks, Frank is connected to that. Frank, the guy that really you're supposed to work on, is connecting to that. Like, I have the impression that truly at some point everything needs to make sense for them. They need to connect all of the dots. They're just at the beginning of it. For now, they just accepted to share the information. We need more, but it's gonna come. Like, that's it. During the last episode, they already had Carver joining the team, and I thought about it, you know, that it would be difficult for Daniels to take that decision because he was a rat, in fact, during the entire season 1, and it could have felt, you know, like a big betrayal, and maybe he couldn't have forgiven him or something like that. And in fact, he did, or at least he was truly like, you're feeling so ashamed of who you were, that you're never gonna do that again, and for sure you know that I can learn the truth really quick, like I'm not blind about stuff, so don't think about doing it twice, it's not gonna work. We'll see if it's gonna be the case or not. Like, I have the impression that Carver wants to do the right thing, so I hope that it's gonna be the case. And I have the impression also that what he was doing, you know, his job, keeping an eye on the dog guys, just giving them tickets and stuff like that, I have the impression that he was not such a fan of it, and maybe in fact he wants to be back into the team to work on real cases. We'll see. McNulty is not a part of the team. I think that he's never gonna be a part of the team officially at least, but he's still working on the case. He didn't progress, you know, during the last episode. He was trying to meet some girls, you know, who are also into the business, to know if they knew the girls who died. In fact, it was a dead end. I think that that part of the story, it was mostly also for the viewers to see how stuff are functioning, that now we're not talking about the immigration department, but it's the homeland security, that the worlds are changing, that people are treated like that and all. I had that feeling that it was maybe more a question of passing a message to the viewers during that period of time. I had that impression. We have also Nikki, who accepted to work for the Greeks again, and also, you know, Frank, he accepted it, but he accepted it because of the money, because he needs that money for the dogs, for his guys, and really something that I appreciate with this character is the fact that he didn't know about the prostitutes, he didn't know about all of that business, he didn't want to know, and it hurt him in a way, but he's gonna do everything that he needs to do to be sure that the dogs are gonna be okay, that his guys are gonna be okay, that everyone is gonna be protected. It's really about that, you know, for Frank. That's why also I hope that at the end of the day, maybe, I mean by that, at the end of this investigation, maybe he's not gonna be arrested, or at least he's not gonna take as many as the Greeks or something like that. We'll see. You know, I'm not expecting fair judgments anymore. We saw how it ended for the season 1, so I'm not expecting that anymore. Into the jail, we have the guys from the season 1, and we have Avon, who is beginning to give up on Dee. At least to see that Dee is not gonna change his mind. He did things, you know, to help Dee, and that it's not enough. And the fact that he was saying to Stringer, I was fair with Dee, like I did my best, and the fact that Stringer confirmed him that, for me, soon they're gonna try something against Dee because they can't manipulate him, he doesn't want to be a part of their plans anymore, he's getting tired of them, he wants to do stuff on his own. These guys, they can't accept that and they can't be okay with that. I'm saying it since so long now, since the end of the season 1, that Dee Angel is gonna die. He's gonna die because, again, he was a snitch. You can't accept that, you know, like for Avon, someone who told something against you, that person coming back to you, even if it's someone from your family, you can't take the risk of that person switching again. So for me, yes, it's gonna be the end of Dee soon. I don't like that because I truly love Dee, but I think that it can be the case. And we had also all of the things about Stringer, who is stealing Dee's life, at least Dee's woman, who has issues with his business, but he's trying his best to make it work. I don't think that it's gonna be enough, and he's gonna need to find real solutions, but for now, he found ways, you know, for things to work no matter what. I'm not gonna talk during this intro about Babs, you know what I think, you know that I didn't imagine that we would have him during this season, that it was a real surprise and a real shock for me to see him. That's it, now I know that we're gonna have him, and I can just expect, you know, for him to evolve during this season, maybe to work for our guys again, to survive to the season. It's gonna be great already. for nothing bad to happen to him. That's the only thing that I want. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have these episodes earlier, we have 2 episodes of advance now on my Patreon. A lot, you know, 2 episodes of advance. It means that when you are watching this on YouTube, on Patreon, they already have my reactions to the episode 9. It's cool, you know, if you want that and if you want an extended reaction part, you just have to subscribe to the level 2 on my Patreon if you're only interested by The Wire, and it's the best way to support me because I'm not considered at all by YouTube, so if you want to support me, you have my Patreon for that. And we are really a few on my Patreon, so again, if you want to support me, for me to continue this channel, these reaction videos, this binge watching of The Wire, it's on my Patreon. Let's go for this episode!
You're homeless?
In the wind, so to speak.
And what is your occupation?
I rip and run.
You...
I rob drug dealers.
Saying the truth.
Mr. Little, how does a man rob drug dealers for 8 or 9 years and live to tell about it?
Is that good?
Day to time, I suppose.
I love you.
The IBS hired Bruce DiBiano to lobby Annapolis this session, and through individual officers and union members, they paid about $70,000 to various PACs in the last 8 months.
They show you that on their books? No, we pieced that together from the campaign finance reports. And
Good job.
that's what was in the names of the union officers that we cross-referenced. What's with those hand-to-hands? Anything connect?
We're buying from a lot of white boys. O'Donnell Heights, Greektown, Highlandtown, Buffer Park.
Well, the money comes from somewhere.
Maybe it's what the
No,
checkers
it's
do.
right there.
They monitor what comes in and out of the port. That's what they do. That's their value.
They're bringing the shit in.
Or they're letting it happen.
Excuse me. Miss Thomas?
Beatty.
She'd like to order.
You have a name?
Get a cup of coffee.
Thomas?
I'm Thomas. You want coffee? Hey, listen, I was gonna ask you for panties to make some soup with, but I was afraid she'd take it the wrong way.
Don't treat the woman like that.
That's Bird's gun, the 380.
You've seen it before?
Bird was flashing that thing.
So you'd actually seen it before the day in question? When he shot at Mr. Gant?
Yes, ma'am. Bird covered them shiny little pistols. And the boy too trifling to throw it off even after a daytime murder.
You a lying cocksucker, man! The witness's last answer is to be stricken and disregarded by the jury.
Yes, McNulty, you can enjoy that.
Ethan is my friend. It's good to have friends meet, no?
Ethan?
Hungry. Israeli.
Oh, yeah. You have the chemicals? I can get them. As much as you want.
You're interested by the chemicals.
Let's do something this week. There's been a problem, though.
What problem?
My cousin, Ziggy.
Ziggy being a problem?
Getting into a beef with these East Baltimore guys. Drug dealer by the name of Cheese took his car, burned it. Now he's saying he's gonna dust Zig if he doesn't pay.
So that
It was
means?
$2,700, right? Now this asshole's saying it's double. 54, you believe it?
You want me to kill him?
No.
No?
I didn't either, no. We don't have the muscle to go talk to this guy. Make things right. I was hoping maybe you do.
Can I ask why you came forward in this case?
I told the police what I know.
Were you offered anything in exchange? Were you going to be charged with a crime and by
It was not
testifying,
for that.
the police agreed to drop those charges?
Nah, man, ain't even about that.
How many times have you been arrested as an adult, Mr. Little?
Sure, I lost count.
Possession of a handgun? Possessing a concealed weapon?
Yes. You're trying to discredit him as a witness. He's making his job, I'm not mad.
So you rob drug dealers? This is what you do?
He said it.
Yes, sir.
You walk the streets of Baltimore with a gun, willing to use violence when your demands aren't met. This is who you are. Why should we believe your testimony then?
That's up to y'all.
He has no reason to lie.
You say you
Even
are
if
here
we know that he's
testifying against
lying.
the defendant because of any deal you made with police.
True that.
You're stealing from those who themselves are stealing the lifeblood from our city. You are a parasite who leeches off
Just like you,
the
man.
culture of drugs. Excuse me?
I got the shotgun. Got the briefcase. It's on the game though, right?
Chocolate City, I ain't been there in a while. Call it Drama City nowadays. If you need anything to make this happen, you gotta get it yourself. I can't go to my people. Don't worry. No mistakes. Nothing that might come back on you. You sure your people? My cousin up in there. He on it.
To kill the...
How you?
No?
Nursing school right now. Good. That's good. Lester's been pushing me, you know. So anyway, he said that you would be by today to talk about clubs. About some girls.
I'm glad that you're doing that great, girl.
I went to start it here. I have a friend who works there, and she worked with a bunch of Russian girls last year for about 3 months. Think she'll talk to me? Only if I ask her.
They have your back. Okay, you just paid your debt to these guys, and now you have bigger debt to pay to the Greeks.
You have no problem. No? To start, he wants you to pay 54. Then we talk.
Yeah, I saw how you talk.
But you will not pay the 27. Instead, you will get the money for the car that burned.
Yeah?
Then we don't know. But the money for the boss, and we know.
Oh. Someone needs to tell it, you know, to Ziggy, for Ziggy to not commit any mistake.
That's the container number of the can with women in it.
See that? It was never entered by the checker, so as far as the computer's concerned, it no longer exists. Came off the Atlantic flight at 11:26 hours and doesn't show up in the computer again until 15:12 hours. I find it 2 hours after that.
Somebody says cans get lost all the time. When they get found, they get put back into the computer. You believe him?
I do.
Not this can.
Not for this can, but for the rest, I do.
The database on this computer has records for every ship that berthed at Patapsco over the last 2 years.
Well, how many ships we talking about?
Hundreds.
If you have to check all of the cans from all of the ships.
How far, girls?
That's all right. Niggas making so much money with the new girls, they start letting some of their regular dances go.
Where'd the girls stay?
Where they told shit. They ain't here legally. They don't know shit. They ain't got no family. Shit. I seen one of them get lit up with one of them stun guns just for going down the block to get some dinner. I mean, they barely let them girls go to the bathroom by themselves.
You up after the next song?
Push my numbers in. I gotta go get paid, honey. You need anything else? Call me. I'll tell Shorty you said hi. She must be doing good, how to be out for so long. She must have landed a rich one, right?
Not so rich, but it's nice.
You were girl? Yeah. I wouldn't let mine come in here either without me. These bitches in here are no joke.
And we ask that an appeal bond be set so that he can participate fully in this investigation.
An appeal bond on a conviction of first-degree murder must still leave you get a grip on yourself. Mr. Hilton has been found guilty of killing a state's witness who testified in this very courtroom. Unless the pre-sentence report indicates that he is in fact the Messiah, come again. He will very likely be sentenced to life, no parole. Mr. Hilton, are you the second coming of our Savior?
Excuse me?
Are you Jesus Christ come back to earth?
Judge.
Mr. Little, this is good to get out of jail free, one time only on anything up to aggravated assault.
No.
I saw shit in your cock before.
You think on it, Bird. You think on Brandon while you doing that time, you heard?
I'm the same, man. I swear to God.
You really see him shoot for that?
You know it doesn't.
You really asking?
He's saying that the past is always with us. And where we come from, what we go through, how we go through it, all this shit matters. It's like you can change up, right? You can say you somebody new, you can give yourself a whole new story. And it don't matter that some fool say you different, because the only thing that makes you different is what you really do, or what you really go through. Gatsby, he was who he was, and he did what he did. And because he wasn't ready to get real with the story, that shit caught up to him.
Israel story and Israel truth. The wires are not working in that case.
We want to pay what we owe. 27 anyway. And we're gonna have it soon enough.
Your man doubled it though.
He also burned the car.
You gonna come up in here having fucked up a package, asking me to tell Cheese who you fucked it up on to pay you out $2,400. Just how good a friend is this motherfucker to y'all? The Cheese ain't gonna be happy having to pay me back. So I would advise y'all to give him some distance.
Just so we don't come back on my cousin.
Out.
Anyway, thanks for being straight on this.
If it wasn't for Sergey here, you and your cousin both would be cadaverous motherfuckers.
Yes, don't play like that, Nikki. You didn't do it for your good eyes. Someone needs to warn Ziggy!